What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Cam, and I'm back. I am back. What is up, beautiful people? It's your girl Cam. I am back with another video. I took a little break for my emotional and mental health. You have to do that sometimes, especially when you have a lot going on in your real life. You know, IRL, you have a lot going on. You have to take a break from social media, take a break from filming, and just kind of get yourself together. And that's what I did. And I'm back. I am back. And so I want to set up my March reading journal pages. And I have a lot of videos coming up this week to kind of set myself up for the month of March. So hopefully you'll rock with me on those. But if you want to see how I'm going to set up my March reading journal pages, then let's get into it. So as you know, I have been keeping my reading journal, and I have kind of been thinking this through off camera, how I want to set this up. So I've got a bunch of pieces here that I want to add. I also want to show you how to do my little tip-in. Some of you asked about the tip-in that I did before. I'll show you what I'm talking about super quick in case you're new here. If you are new here, my name is Cam. This is Piece of the Plans, and I do hope you find something here that inspires you. If you do, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified every time I post new content right here for you. So this is my tip-in that I do every month to document when I start and finish a book. And I had several questions about how I make this little tip-in, so hopefully we'll get a chance to show you that today. I tried to show you last month in February, but it was a huge fail. So hopefully this month we'll get it done. All right, so I've got a lot of pieces pulled out here, and I think I've got everything pretty much mentally planned out. So hopefully this all comes together. I have been doing neutral colors and watercolors in my layouts this year, and I am absolutely loving it. So let's get started. What I normally do is put a big image here on the intro page. And in months past, it's been a book, like a book nook, but I wanted to do something different for spring. So we're going to use this beautiful artwork. I will link where I got this artwork from down in the description box. So if you want to grab it and create your own stickers, you can. I'm very much a DIY type of girl. I like to keep it very simple. Not too much muss, not too much fuss. Just get it done. So that's going to be the first page in my intro section. I'll probably grab a quote and put it here. Now on this side, I've got some scrapbook paper I want to add and some images. Okay, these images are so gorgeous. I'm just going to show you a few of them I'm going to be using. I've got fireflies and this cute little owl. Even though I don't really love animals in my journals, I might make an exception. This is from a different set of clip art, but I need it for my quotes page. So yeah, all these beautiful images, we're going to try to use them. Okay, so let me put some things off to the side and grab what I really need. Okay, so I'm going to use these strips of scrapbook paper or decorative paper in much the same way that I would use washi tape. So we're going to use that as a border at the bottom and the top. So let me set that up first. So I figured this kind of botany looking paper would go with my little greenhouse situation. Since it's going to be springtime, I thought greenhouse would be a good little concept image, little vibe image, and this botany paper just goes right along with it. So we're going to put it together and see how it goes. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is set up the center of the intro page, the opposite page. My neighbor's dog is so annoying. I love dogs. I promise you I do. And I actually want a dog myself. But my neighbor's dog is annoy cray. He just barks all the time. All the live long day, he barks. Maybe he needs a little playmate. I don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to put these 3 pieces together. Okay, I'm going to start with this little bike. And I thought these images were so pretty and such a good representation of springtime. Just so soft and dainty and beautiful. And that's kind of going to be my modus operandi for this journal, like all year. That's kind of the vibe and the mood I'm going for this entire year. Okay, so let me grab my pencil and we'll write March across the top here. I like to do this in pencil first, just in case I mess up. I can always erase it. I like for the little tail on this H to be a little bit longer. There we go. Now I'm going to use my 0.8 micron to go over this. I kind of want to put books read here. I didn't do that last month, and I don't know why I didn't leave enough space for it last month. But I do like to have my books read in the very front. So let me see if I can get a few lines in here for that. think I'm gonna have to switch this up because I think I'm gonna read, right now I have room for 8 books, and I think I'm gonna read more than 8. I think it's gonna be closer to 10 or maybe even 12. So I'm gonna erase that initial title, and I'm gonna figure out another way to do it. Maybe that'll be up closer to where she is. I'm gonna take some of this paper. I think I want to cut it I think I want to tear it as opposed to cutting it. And I think I just want to put it here and just put books read in that little space, and then give myself a little bit more room. Because right now my average has been about 10 books, 9 or 10 books. So I'm presuming I'm going to keep that up in March. I'll do the actual lines where I write the books in with my 0.03. I am missing my 0.05. I don't know where it is. So we're going to go with what I have. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, as a final touch, I want to find a little quote to go over here. Okay, I found a very good quote that says, "Reading makes your mind blossom." So I'm going to go with that. I'm trying to think of whether I want to put reading in script and then makes your mind blossom in like a print, or vice versa. I think I want to do reading in a script. Okay, I think that turned out perfect. I think that's a perfect quote for spring reading. I love this section and the little added title here for books read. I'm here for all of it. I think it turned out great. Great, great, great. So let's go ahead and move on. So next I have my pages read and first lines section. Let me go ahead and just finish up these titles with my 0.08 micron, and then we'll decorate. Okay, so these 2 pages turned out very cute, My pages read section is where I place my tracker for the exact or close to the exact number of pages that I read each day. So it goes from 20 pages all the way up to 300. This is good because sometimes I do read a whole book in one day, one 24-hour period. So it doesn't happen terribly often, but I do read a book in one day from time to time. So that's what this tracker is for. And then this side is for me to document the first lines of some books that I really like here in this section. Okay, and here in my stats section, I document my stats for the month, which includes the total number of books read, total books bought, total pages read, total days read, my favorite book, my least favorite book, the average star rating, favorite character, least favorite character, and favorite new words that I discovered while I was reading. Okay, so here is where I'm going to do my tip in to document when I start and finish a book. So let's go for it. The first thing I do is I cut a piece of paper from another Archer and Olive journal that I'm not using, and I cut it down to the right size to fit the space that I'm working with. So that's what I've done here. Just cut it down, and then I round the bottom corner because this corner is going to be a straight edge. This corner here is going to be a straight edge, and I rounded the corner here. This corner was already rounded because it came from another journal. And then I just draw my little chart on the back. So this is where I document the title of the book and then my start and finish date. Let me just do this really quick. Go over it with my pen really quick. Okay, now after I have my chart drawn on here, the next thing I want to do is tape it into my journal so that it will be a little flip out or tip in for my journal. It's like adding extra real estate to your journal pages. So I'm going to take a nice long piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to tape the outside. I used to just tape the inside, but I think because I flipped through this journal so much, I needed to reinforce the front and the back. So I'm going to put some tape on the outside, which is like the cover of it. And then I'm going to put some tape on the inside as well. And it's just plain, clear Scotch tape. Nothing special about it. Just Scotch tape you can buy anywhere, Dollar Tree, Walmart. Just Scotch tape. And then I'm going to seal it on the inside as well. Come down some. Okay, then I just flip it back and forth and kind of crease it a little bit to make sure it's in there nice and sturdy. And then you have another little section that you can use to document whatever you want to document here, honestly, but I'm just using it as a start and finish section. Okay, so let's decorate the cover of this. And so for that, I'm going to use some scrapbook paper and more of that beautiful clip art and a doll. So I'm going to start with the scrapbook paper and I'm going to kind of line it up where I want it to go. And I think I want to cut it here. And then let's see where else we want to go. Right there. Might cut it a little bit short so it doesn't go into my, so it doesn't go into my little crease there and cause us any issues opening and closing this flap. You know what I mean? I don't want it to go so far over here that it's going to cause an issue with opening and closing this. So I cut it a little bit shorter to avoid that. Now I'm just adding some tape. And then we're going to lay this down. And then I'm going to add this little house on here. And I think I'll probably put another quote that I found on this page as well. I feel like I just use any and every reason that I can to add the beautiful clip art. Like, I love the clip art. I'm here for the clip art. So yeah, I think I'm going to put this girl right here and then add the quote in that section. Oh man, that looks so pretty. All right, so my next quote says, "Your mind is a garden and books are the seeds, so pick your favorite and bloom as you read." Oh, that is so cute. I love, love, love that. Okay, so here's the outside cover of the tip-in, all decorated and ready to go. Now let's do the inside. So for this one, I'm going to use another doll and an umbrella and keep it simple. I may add one more little piece of scrapbook paper. Let's just kind of see how this plays out. I'm not sure that I want to do this, but let's just kind of play with it and see what happens. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. So let's just go for it. And then let's see how I want to position this umbrella. I think we'll put it there. Put her there. Oh wow, I love how that looks. Let's just trim this umbrella down. Perfecto. All right. That is how you do the tip in. So the first step was to get some paper and cut it down to the right size. I like to use the paper from the back of another journal that I'm not using, just because it has the dot grid lines on it that I like, and the paper is the same color and the paper is the same thickness. You know what I mean? But you could definitely use cardstock if you wanted to. Just keep in mind that it's not going to have the dot grid lines on it. Okay, so that was the first step, to cut down the paper to the size that you want it. Make sure you round this corner here at the bottom, because this top corner is already rounded. You can leave this left side flat. You don't have to round the corners on that. Then you just draw in your chart. That's the second step. That has the, if you're going to use it for this purpose, you would write book title, start, and finish. And then this is where you'll write the actual title, the day you start, and the day you finish. And then I usually start by decorating the cover, put a cute little quote on it, and then decorate the inside just for GP, just so it looks cute. Okay, and then you want to tape it down with your Scotch tape, clear tape. You could also use washi tape. I would just kind of be careful with that. Sometimes washi can come up, especially if you're using and flipping it a lot. And I do use this journal a lot. I'm looking at it basically every day to come in here and document how many pages I'm reading. And a couple times a week, I'm going to this section to write down when I start and finish a book. So, I mean, this is going to get a lot of turning and flipping. So you want to make sure it's in there secure. If it happens to come loose, no problem. Just grab some tape and re-tape it in there. It's not really super deep. Just come back and put some more tape on it and fix it up if it happens to come loose. I have had that happen to me once with another tip, and it started to come loose, and I just added more tape. Okay, so that is it for the tip, and I'm glad I was finally able to show you how to do that. All right, so let's move on to the last section that I am going to set up, and that is my quotes section. Okay, so let me start by going in with my micron pen and outlining all of these sections, going over all these lines with my pen. Okay, now in this section, this is where I document one quote that is my favorite quote for the entire month of all the books that I have read. It doesn't necessarily have to be a quote from my favorite book of the month. It just needs to be a quote that really stood out to me in my reading. Okay, and then I just hand draw these boxes. I don't care about them being super straight and using a ruler. I want them to look very doodly, like I hand drew them. Favorite quote of the month goes here. Doesn't have to be from my favorite book. And then 4 other quotes that I really like go in this section. And to decorate that, I've got quite a bit of clip art that I want to use. So let's start with my favorite quote page. And I have some of these little scraps of scrapbook paper left over that I might try to use. I don't know. If it doesn't look good, I won't worry about it. But I just like to kind of use up paper if I can. And I actually think that looks cute. So I'm going to go for it. Decision made. I'm just going to go for it. I just like to use scraps. Find interesting ways to use the little scraps that I would otherwise throw away. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm going to put this little image, but I don't like how it's sitting. So let me turn it a little bit and Let's see if I like that better. Yeah, there we go. I try not to throw away my scraps until I'm completely done with my project. Because you never know. You never know when you can use a little something, something to jazz a page up. Okay, so that is it. That's it for the quote page. I've written favorite quote, top and bottom, put a little border on the side, then I'll write a large quote right here in the middle, the bottom of that section. Okay, then I'm just going to add a little bit of clip art to this opposite page. And I really could get more than one quote in here if I really wanted to, especially if they're little short quotes. So I said 4 quotes, but I can put as many as I would like or as many as I can fit on this page, to be honest. There's no rule about I can only put 4 quotes here. I can put however many I like. And I've got room. I could definitely do more than 4. But so far, it's been 4 quotes. But if I get to a point where I really want to document more, then I certainly can. I have this little swing that I wanted to use somewhere, but I guess it's just not going to happen because I just didn't find anywhere to put it. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I am okay with it. Because I really want to use this little crazy looking owl. I think he's cute. And normally, like I've said before, I don't really like animals in my journal. I don't know why. I don't know what my aversion is to that, but he's cute, so he made the cut. Okay, and this is where I stop setting up my reading journal pages with my theme for the month. I have this little green springtime flower theme running through the pages that I've set up for you today. The next 2 pages will be used as my book review section. And for those pages, I can review as many books as I can fit on these pages. I could do 1 review per page, 2 reviews per page, 3, 4 per page, however I want to design these pages for my book reviews. And I want those book reviews and whatever art or clip art or images I use to be a reflection of that book, and not at all anything to do with my theme that I've chosen for the month to decorate my trackers. Okay, so I just stop here, and as I'm reading books, if I like them and I think I'm probably going to want to write a review of this book, I start Googling and schmoogling and looking on Pinterest to find fan art from the book or images that just remind me of the book or mood boards that have been created for that book. And I print those images out and use those to decorate these book review pages. And you will see those when I do my wrap up for March. Okay, so let's do a quick flip through of everything that we set up for today. All right, so my intro page looks really beautiful. I love the greens and the neutrals. And I've got my March header here and then a section for books read. I have enough room here for 10 books. And I may actually read 12 books. So I don't know where I'm going to put those if I end up adding a couple more books, but we'll see. because so far this year I've been sticking to right around 9 or 10 books, so the 12 may not even really happen. As they used to say when I was a kid, my eyes may be bigger than my belly on that. So I just put 10 spaces here and a little header that says books read. I will link this clip art down in the description box. If you want to grab it, you certainly can. There are lots of other images that are a part of this clip art set that I did not use. I just used the ones that kind of spoke to me. Okay, so this other intro page is where I put my little greenhouse, and my quote for the intro page says, "Reading makes your mind blossom." And then with my pages read section, I just added a little bit more of that clip art at the bottom and to the corners up at the top. And then for my tip-in, I also used more of that beautiful clip art and a quote that says, "Your mind is a garden and books are the seeds. So pick your favorite and bloom as you read." I also used some of that scrapbook paper that came from Michael's. And then on the next page, the inside of that same tip-in is where I'm going to keep track of my start and finish dates for each book that I read this month. I do have enough room here for 12 books. I use more of that beautiful clip art, some more of that scrapbook paper, just kind of keeping the theme going throughout the pages. And then I have a section for first lines. This is not necessarily indicating that I'm going to write the first lines of every single book I read in March. I'm going to write first lines of books that I like or first lines that I like and document them here. And then my stats go in this section. This is where I keep track of total books read, books bought, pages read, days read, favorite book, least favorite book, average star rating, favorite quote, favorite character, least favorite character, and favorite new word or words that I discover. Then next, I keep track of my favorite quote of all the books I read. What was one quote that really stuck with me for the month? That one quote goes here. I write it as big as I possibly can without making it look cray cray. And who said it or what book it came from goes here. And then I jot down a few more quotes from some other books that I really liked. I do have room for at least 4. I could put more than 4 in these sections if I wanted to. And that's where my theme stops and the book review sections begin. 2 more pages that I've counted all of these pages to make sure I can make it through to December. And if I follow this same kind of format, we will definitely be able to stay in this one journal for the entire year of 2024. So I have these 2 pages and then these 2 set aside for book reviews, and I'll use images that reflect the nature, character, vibe of those books instead of using these images that follow my theme. Okay, so that is it, y'all, for this video and for this setup. I love how this is coming together. I love how this setup turned out. And I especially love the fact that I am using these neutral watercolor types of artwork this year. It is so calming to open this journal and look at these calm watercolors. These images that are very muted and include a lot of neutral colors and muted colors in the art. I just adore that. There's something just very calming about it. And I love it, love it, love it. So I will link the clip art down below for you. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're already a part of the fam, I thank you so, so much for your support. Thank you for coming back to watch my video, even though I took some time off. We do have to do that, y'all, from time to time. We have to take care of our mental health and kind of step away from social media sometimes and take care of family, friends, and yourself. Take care of yourself, right? So thank you so much for being patient with me while I took some time off, and I am back in full effect. And I thank you so much for your continued support. I hope you guys have a great month of reading. I hope it's full of love, joy, and most of all, peace. See you next time.